Firestarr, keeping it smashed.
But we're back, so it's all good.
Adulting. What's going on with you?
Same grind.
How is the
Out
grind?
here.
How is the grind?
I ain't seen you for time.
No, you ain't.
Gig show, you came.
Yeah.
I've seen you in
That's
pictures.
A couple of
Pictures.
weeks
You
ago
see
now.
me in the picture.
It's probably safe I didn't come though.
No, you're good, man.
Nah.
You're good.
Probably safe and sound at home.
No, it was crazy.
We're good.
Obviously. Like, come on. Like, yeah, what more can I say? I could give you a whole, we could talk about that for the next.
Can I just say your videos were sick? The
Oh
one
yeah,
put
did you
together
were there actually.
Yeah,
you
no,
can give,
but-
that's a customer review, right? Yeah? She'd never come to any of the raves, so that was the first time you come to one.
No,
of
the
the
night
events.
was sick, but the videos that you put together.
Yo, yeah.
afterwards, they look
I was
really
up till
good.
fucking 9 a.m. when I got in. Like, I got my where was that video from? Oh, that was all of the clips from one of the photographers and some of the stuff that I had. Videographer.
They did good.
I just whacked it all together and threw it out before we had an edit from the actual video guy. Because everyone was on a hype. Because he done 2 shows that night, innit? He was in Lincoln first,
How far was that?
which was 100 miles away, you know,
From you?
from our show.
So
So we went there.
What time
so
did you do
London to, yeah, he was there early.
was it yours early?
No, we were last,
Oh,
second.
okay.
But that was better.
Yeah, of course.
Because obviously the tickets in Lincoln were like, you had to be in like this strictly entry before like 11:15. Bro, who steps out before 11:15? Imagine buying a ticket, you got to be in the club before 11:15.
Yeah, I wouldn't have made it.
I think I got to the club at 11:45.
I'm leaving my house at 11:15. Fuck.
So yeah, so then, yeah, it's clockwork, man. Like, actually clockwork.
That's good though, because when we talk about stuff like that, like people obviously look at you, yeah, for instance, and say gigs. You got gigs on the bill. I don't realise how much stress, because we spoke about
That one weren't stressed, but I know
No,
what you're...
but we
I know
spoke
what you're-
about-
Yeah.
all the events you've had over. Well, since I ain't seen you, innit, we've been chatting, and like people don't. It's similar, even though the worlds are very different. It's similar to what my shit's like. People think, oh yeah, it's amazing. You're doing this, you're doing that. All you do.
Was
is,
that what people hit you up saying?
well, not hit me up, no, because I'm miserable in it. No, I ain't gonna hit me
Yeah,
up, chat
true.
shit. People leave me alone. But like when I see people or people that don't know me even like go to these networking events and that, they'll be like, oh yeah, what you do is you must just drive around in cars and shit.
Oh, right.
You think people pay like my fucking?
That's what I mean. Do you think it's
Am
a
I Lewis
default?
Hamilton?
But do you think them responses are just default answers though, bro, more time? Do you know what I mean?
I think it's
I
ignorant.
think from the outside you don't know unless you're doing it yourself.
That's what I'm saying. It's ignorance to the game.
Yeah, because people, unless it's when people start doing something of their own that they actually realise what's involved, and people who aren't doing it just don't know.
I think that's just people's responses these days.
With what?
Just their opening line to anything that's a positive like intro to if someone wants to talk to you or they want to, if you're making a conversation with someone, they're gonna bust a joke like, oh, you must.
It's not even a joke. I think people genuinely think like.
I think it's easy.
Yeah, I remember.
Or maybe they know it's not easy, but they just say it.
No, but people think like I think a lot of people think that if you do something independently, work for yourself, self-employed,
then
whatever,
you
you must be balling.
You must be a higher echelon.
You
of
must
like
be balling. Like, they
greatness.
automatically think you're on your way
You're
to greatness,
balling my ass.
and they don't realize. Exactly, you don't realize you're broke as
Fucking-
fuck, and you're stressed as fuck. Like
The Giggs posted that thing yesterday. Did you see when he was talking about wearing the same clothes?
No,
Did
I
you see
didn't
that?
see it.
no.
Because he wore those, he wore them jeans that are two-tone. I don't know if you even know. Maybe I know too much.
I'm not gonna say that.
Everyone knows that though. Everyone, it's not.
Yeah.
And he's come out and basically said, like, all of you cunts that basically make man like think it's not acceptable to like wear one bit of clothing and then you got to switch it for the next event. Like you can't wear the same thing twice. You got to throw it out.
Yeah.
He's like, fuck that, man. I like these jeans. I'm gonna wear them bare. Like, do you know what I mean?
Trust
But the
me.
funniest thing is,
Probably cost him
bare people are like, bare rappers and yeah, bro, bless, 100, agree, yeah. You know what I mean? Fam, nothing's gonna change. You're all still gonna do that.
Yeah, but the gigs is a normal one, isn't it? He's just so normal. But people think that because you're a rapper, you need to have you need to go shopping every day or have a stylist that gives you.
I didn't
clothes every
realise
day.
this was part of the parcel of being famous, where you're like, you can't wear
That's
the same
part
shit
of-
twice.
No,
Listen,
but
that's
you-
part and parcel of life. That's not
I
even just
wear
rap.
stuff twice.
No,
That's
but let
not
me tell
life.
you
Like, I can
something,
wear stuff
even-
as much as I want.
When I watched that,
If you put, go out and you wear something and you'll take some picture taken, put it on Instagram, you're gonna wear that same outfit again.
listen.
Yeah, you go on my Instagram, you will see like clothes.
You're
Okay,
different.
all right, but
You're different
let
to
me switch it.
some females
All right.
I know. They are not wearing it again.
How do you sustain
that's
that
facts.
unless you're balling. Like,
I think it is. If
outfits
you,
every day.
like, for example, since I've played, like, I don't give a shit about none of this stuff, but I've given a shit about it for a hot minute, and that was when, when I was doing when I'm doing the parties for like Sorbello and stuff.
Yeah.
See this big girl, a woman's like thing. It's like everyone's flexy. There's videos coming out. People are there. The last one, bought some brand new shit. The next one coming up, I done bought nothing. I done bought nothing. Wanted to wear the same actual hoodie because I like it that I wore last time. I was like, actually switched up my whole thing. I was like, I need something.
Can I just drop us all in it? So we do the podcast.
Same thing.
Who's worn
Gavin
the
don't really
same
come.
thing twice on the podcast?
He just comes wearing rubbish anyway. Do you know what I mean? But it's all right. Like, but
Champions of Europe soon to be. By the time this comes out, we'll be winning shit. Bro.
what should we
I'm putting that out there.
Season's done, my bro.
No. Europa League, bro.
You ain't winning that.
Season ain't done for all of us, bro. But anyway,
I
digress.
It is. I think it's a thing. I think everyone is on that. Like, everyone thinks about that.
But no,
I'm physically run out of clothes. I'm sure you have enough clothes.
It's fucking ridiculous, to be honest.
Once a week I can do like the podcast thing. I do think about it, ain't gonna lie, but I just wear the same shit. Bro, I've gone on this thing where Zuckerberg, for instance, he wears the same shit every day.
Yeah. I heard that as well.
And I'm on that shit, bro. I'm gonna get some t-shirts made up with my brand on it. You can't tell me I'm in my uniform.
100%.
Do you know what I mean? Obviously, I'm gonna get a
But
few
when
of
you
them.
step,
I'm gonna wear
Do
the
you know
same-
what though? That's so
literally the same
true. I was
t-shirt,
talking to
but-
someone at work about this. So I moved from working in more of a fashion environment where I think there's a lot of pressure on how you looked, and you were really like, you had to keep up to a corporate environment where you've got a bit of not a uniform, but you've got to be smart. I just rotate the same stuff. I love that I don't think about what I wear.
You know what the funny thing is, like, going back to the point, is like people that actually are doing their own thing, generally they don't give a shit about that.
100%. You're too busy worrying about other shit,
Bro.
There's more important things.
People don't give a shit about that, and I just feel like, I don't know, for me it's interesting just to see like your take on doing it yourself and the reasons why you do it. Because obviously I started the business in 2017, couple years now in, and I love it.
Yeah, it's the best thing you've ever done.
But the fact is, tomorrow, or not tomorrow because tomorrow's Sunday, but Tuesday after the bank holiday, I could ring around every Mercedes, BMW garage, for instance, and say to them, look,
You want a job?
I want a job, and go back to working for somebody.
Yeah.
And get a brand new C-Class,
Yeah.
CLS, whatever, being I'm talking 19 plate, make 60 bags a year, real life, or go to BMW and drive an X4 and make similar sort of money.
What's the but?
I don't want to fucking do that shit, bro. I love what I'm like. Life right now is amazing.
Is it a situation of like? Is it the whole factor of? I think it is for me. That, well, first of all, I hate someone telling me what to do.
Yeah, you wouldn't last.
And then
5 minutes.
100.
You would not.
Everyone says that. Everyone says that. And it's a prolonged period of doing your own thing. You get accustomed to that as well. You don't know no different. So that's that's like a real life adjustment. That's like going.
It depends what you're doing it for. It's not for everybody. I'd admit that, but it depends your reason. Like everyone, but everyone says that you have to know your why. Like, why are you doing it? And people might look at my situation, for instance. Like my boy was, I think it's 5, first year of school when I quit my job. People just said that's selfish, but let's balance it out. Yeah. I could have stayed in my job, made decent money each year, gone on holidays, bought clothes, gone out every now and then, all the rest of it. Or I could be in the position I am now, where we ain't really going on holidays and that. My son's flying out fucking every year, but he's having the best time of his life because he's 7 years old. Yeah, he don't know no different. He ain't looking for Gucci, Versace, or nothing like lubes and all the rest of it. He don't want to go to Miami. Yeah. He's happy just going in the park and kicking the ball with his dad, who can actually do that now because he ain't spending 12 hours in a garage. And everything I do when it comes to plan and fruition will set him up for life. Probably set his kids up as well. So who's really, do you know what I mean? Which one's really selfish? Am I thinking about me being able to wear different clothes on Insta every day?
Do you think it's like that having that vision is like the game changer?
Yeah.
Do you think people get into it and don't have the vision?
I think it's part, for me, that's my game changer. Everyone's got to be different, innit? That's my why.
Yeah.
Not everyone's got kids.
Exactly.
Not everyone's got that reason.
I'm sure if you've got kids, it changes everything.
Bruv, when I don't know if I think I said it on there before, but when that pregnancy test for my son came and it was positive, bruv, it was like fucking, it was weird. It was weird. Like, I changed as a person. in that moment, in that instant.
That's so mental.
And obviously it led to where I am now, which I've never, like I said, I love it. You couldn't pay me to go back to work at 9 to 5. No 6-figure salary can make me change. I swear.
So what happens if the plan goes wrong and you have to enter work? You have to do that.
How
You
does
got to
it go
do what
wrong?
you got to do.
How does it go wrong? When does it go wrong? That's a genuine question. Like you, for instance,
Even
you're
saying
not,
it is like against the narrative.
if you was to step away from working tomorrow where you work, for instance, what do you think would go wrong? I don't know, have you got a passion to
The
work
thing
for yourself
is,
one day?
I think there's times that not everything always works out. Do you know what I mean? We talked about like passion over paycheck. The thing is, it's not just I'm just going to follow my passion, fuck everything else. This is all I got to do. I think there's, you've got to be a bit strategic. You've got to get the paycheck, set yourself up, and then follow your passion as well. Because sometimes you can't. You need to be financially stable to actually be able to do certain things.
Correct.
That's how I see it. That's why I'm like, and then there's some things that just don't work out. That not everyone, but a lot of people have done like started up little ventures and startups, and they just haven't worked. Sometimes it just hasn't.
Is it even
you've got
following
to rework it. Sometimes the way you've done it hasn't.
So we're talking about like, is it this or that? Some people actually view it like, I'm gonna get the paycheck. I'm gonna do this little side. It's a side thing. It's not a full thing.
So there's two things I'm gonna say in response to both of you. Yeah, like you're right. It's a side thing, and for me, I could have. It's
not a side thing.
I could have done what I'm doing as a side thing, but conflict of interest wouldn't allow me to do it. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if I did, it would never have been a real thing. Like I've
It's
done
always
side thing. I've done the side since I've known you. I was an artist manager as a side thing. I've done events as a side. All of them fucked. All of them flopped because I gave up. Number one, and that's what I was going to say to you about it going wrong and it not working out. Shit only don't work out when you stop.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
No,
like
definitely.
Blush didn't work out because we stopped.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? How many times have you done an event and you've lost money?
Yeah. And when it goes wrong, it's a convo I was having with you now. It goes wrong and you're like, I turn around to the man and I'm like, yeah, but lads, we weren't really in that city. What the fuck did you expect to happen?
Yeah.
Like,
no, but
you treated it like a side thing.
Yeah,
you're going to get side man results, aren't you? It's going to be bullshit.
But it's like, you're very right. But my point is, you probably had umpteen failures and you could have quit on any one of them. Any one of them, you could say, no, fuck this, I ain't doing that. It's cost me X amount.
Yeah.
But you went back and did it again. So it can't. So as far as people saying it goes wrong, I think when you quit, it goes wrong. Like my shit ain't gone nice. Like I could tell you stories. I'm not gonna put my business out there like that. But I could tell you stories. And I've been in situations where, in this business I'm in now, and people would have fucking ran for the hills.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I'm going through that now. So fixing shit that happened last year, and if people were in the same situation, they'd have ran for the hills. I didn't let it faze me because of in the past.
But when you made the jump to start it up. Like Resh is saying, if you want to start something, you need to like get your money up first or whatever, secure your financial side. Did you have that P first, or did you jump?
What's that? This is all right.
Did you have some?
I'm not being a prick. I'm not being a prick.
Let's say imagine you're telling somebody who's ain't got no financial backing, and like that's the conversation we're having. Like, how does someone start? If someone comes to me and goes, "How are you managing to follow your passion?" Literally, I'm lucky.
All right, I'll tell you. I'll put it up because
like,
people. The thing I've realised, people are starting to look at what I'm doing and think it's amazing. I don't really think it's that special. And Vic said to me, I need to look at myself from other people's eyes. Yeah, I haven't really told people how my formula. So I worked in the dealership. I was making very good money, and people around me were buying big watches and fucking going on holidays and getting money up and getting mortgages and all that shit. I didn't do none of that shit. I invested my money in making sure. My son, who weren't old enough to go to school at the time, was in nursery full time, Half my wages were going to the fucking nursery, bro.
Yeah.
My missus was able to do a degree in nursing. She's now got a stable salary coming in. She's going to have a job for the rest of her life now because of that investment, Did that. My mum moved up here from London. My mum's nice. I ain't got to worry about my mum. And got a house with my mum.
Yeah.
She bought a place. That place is rented out. That funds half of where we live.
Yeah.
The other half is minor P's. We live in Wolverhampton. I ain't paying London rent.
Yeah, of course.
Enough man would want to live in London.
Yeah,
safe. You don't want to do what I'm doing then, because I'm living in a city where it costs fuck all. Patting my mum's situation, so she's basically living for free.
Yeah,
which helps my situation. My missus is working. I'm not.
So the
I don't
stability,
have.
you got the stability to then make the move.
But then it weren't. I didn't have to save 100 grand.
Yeah.
I didn't have to save the money. The money I had when I left went quick. It all got
Yeah, so
invested.
what, that first,
All
like,
got invested. It all got invested into the business.
And
I
that
didn't go
first-
out balling on it.
No, but at first, like, I don't know.
I think it's putting that investment in. I think that's, and also people
It's
have
not-
expenses
yeah.
up where they don't want to, you know how there's certain things you would, like anyone would have to sacrifice. A lot of people don't want to do that. They want the best.
And that's where it's at. It's not about people will sit there and say, "Oh, I gotta make this. I gotta save that. I gotta do this. I'll make sure." It's fucking that.
You think if
that
people don't get the
what do
income,
you?
they're
What do you?
flapping after a hot
Right.
minute, like boom, I've got to go
All
back
three
to,
of if all
it
three
didn't work.
if all three of
2
us are
months.
honest, yeah. What do you need? If I said to you, you could do whatever you love for the rest of your life, and have all you need is to have what you need to live.
As in to strip down your.
What do you
total-
need?
What, in monetary
Yeah,
terms?
not in like life. Fuck money. If money weren't a thing, yeah, imagine
Yeah, yeah,
Instagram,
yeah,
all this
yeah,
bullshit
yeah,
weren't
yeah,
there,
yeah.
yeah. What do human beings need to
I think
live?
we're all in agreement. There's not a lot.
No, but
And
it
it
is
doesn't-
like
Food,
yeah.
food,
shelter.
clothes, and
Exactly.
shelter.
Yeah, yeah.
I've got that in
And we've
abundance.
all got that.
I've got that in
And
abundance.
your
I think
fa-
none of us
and-
are in a
and
position
then,
where we
yeah,
don't
then-
have
So,
that.
so really and truly, if you want to have going back to the side thing, make your side hustle, which is your passion, your main hustle, and a job your side hustle. Because
Yeah.
I guarantee you, if you go and work in Zara part time, what's living at home or doing whatever it is you got to do to be sensible. Like I pattern my thing because of where I'm at in my life. But there's enough people that can live at home,
Of
or probably
course.
do live at home, and your parents ain't gonna pay rent, or if they do charge you rent, it's a little peas.
Yeah,
You can make
yeah,
that working
yeah,
at Zara on a Saturday and a Sunday. Monday to Friday, you do your own thing. Before you know it, you don't have to have that side hustle anymore, and your main hustle becomes your main hustle. But people don't want to do that because that means that I can't be seen in Zara on a Saturday.
Yeah.
I'm meant to be
I
balling.
think you gotta be. I think you got. There's a lot. There's at the same time. There's a lot of people who are open about just saying to fund my dream, I need to do.
But
the
that
part-time
shows
thing
there's
or
a lot of
whatever, and
people.
that's blessed.
I think that shows that you're not as passionate. You don't want it to
Thank
work
you.
that badly
Thank
if
you.
you're not willing to do
And
whatever.
that's when
it
I say,
takes
and that's when
to do
people
it.
might, like I said, one of my first statements was people look at my move as selfish because think, how are you gonna do that? You got kids.
Yeah.
Because I want my son do you know what I mean? When he's
To be
18,
a boss.
my son's gonna be one of them kids that no one likes because his dad done his thing.
Yeah, yeah.
I
he's gonna
know,
do his thing.
I know a girl, yeah, who her dad is a multi-millionaire, built his business from scratch, yeah.
Yeah.
Guess how much her mortgage is on her yacht? £100 a month, bruv. She lives in one of the nicest places, in one of the nicest areas in Cannock. She don't even pay for her fucking food. And she lives alone. She's in her house, owns her yard, owns her car, and she don't even buy her own food each week. She's 26 years old. Because her dad busts off since she was 3 years old, bruv.
It's mental.
And now and he's still sitting on M's that's gonna go to her when she don't have to work again. £100 a month, and she owns the yard, bro. But you're out here buying lubes and fucking stunting on the gram and saying, "Oh yeah, you're going to work 9 to 5, working for a man that you don't like, doing a job that you ain't really that passionate about." Like I think it's nonsense. Don't get me wrong, and I always say it to my missus. There's certain people out there that if you love your job and you love the 9 to 5 and you love that lifestyle, I'm envious of them people because I could have done that, stayed there and not had the stresses that you go through and that, but. Not everyone. I'm not
Yeah,
like
we
that.
have a different. When you're doing your own thing, it's like you never ever. It's never off, is it? It's never like you don't finish at 5, man. I'm not saying most people who do a 9 to 5 even finish at 5. Some of them are fucking working till stupid times as well.
And that was me.
Like just working till stupid times and not on work shit. But when it's your own shit, your phone just never turns off. Anything can just.
That's what.
Anything
Like,
can
my
just
clients
come
will
up,
say
like,
to me,
anytime.
they'll message me, "I'm sorry to bother you on a Sunday." I'm like, "I just finished a meeting." Like literally, I just come back from a meeting. I'm going home. I'm gonna do work. That's a Sunday. Do you know what I mean? I hate bank holidays.
Yeah.
With a passion, because my shit stops. I can't work. Like I can't make money
Because no one's about.
because no one wants to do anything.
Yeah,
Christmas,
yeah, yeah.
fuck, I hate Christmas because I can't make money. I'm having to get away from England this Christmas just so I can switch off, bro.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? Because it's not healthy, but at the same time, it ain't for everybody. But I honestly believe if you've got that passion, you want to do something, you have to just fucking do it. There's no right time. It's mad for you. Sorry to cut you, but it's mad for you because you've never done it.
What, the 9 to 5?
Yeah, you've never.
A couple times. Failed every time.
It don't really count when you do
Like
2
that.
weeks.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not a substantial amount of time to actually like gauge it on.
No, but I'll be honest with you, I was actually holding down 9 to 5 for like all of 3 months, but I was traveling 2 hours to fucking. You're laughing, but
Bro, that's not even probation.
listen,
months.
yeah. I'm not disputing. I'm agreeing with you. It was impossible. How can you fucking be driving to go? And people are gonna be like, "Fucking hell, I do this all the time." No, you don't. Driving 2 hours to get to work, trying to hold down like a decent marketing job, and I'm still DJing and running events and doing a fresher schedule throughout the whole night. It's impossible.
Yeah, it's not
You
gonna
can't tell me that it's possible.
No.
Yeah.
Not properly.
Yeah.
Something's gonna give.
Yeah, I'm gonna crash and fucking. That's gonna be the end.
Yeah.
I was finished.
I actually weren't thinking about your life.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it come to Christmas and I told them, like, whether your probation's on, off, green light, red light, I'm done. I'm out. Cancelled. Cancel me.
Do you regret it?
You know what the worst thing was? Because I've been doing what I've wanted to do for so long, I walked in, when I think about it now, I walked into a job, I talked myself into a fucking marketing role, like, which was close, just under 30 bags, which, like,
that's decent
it was
wage.
fine, because entry level was bullshit.
Yeah.
You know, so talking about what I've done, which is second nature to me, it's like someone, you know, when you're in, it didn't feel
Asking
like
you
an
how
interview.
how do I promote tea?
Yeah, like, how do you promote? Well, fucking hell, where do you want to start? Name a time when, I lost fucking 15 bags then. Name 20, a time when it went well.
20 years
deep.
deep.
It's, the stories are real.
Yeah.
So it weren't, and I walked into it, and the man then were like, "Fire, you got to stick it out." They were on me, bruv. We're proud of you. Fuck. I was like, "What do you mean? I'm dying." What do you mean proud of me? Like,
that's mad.
Like, I was fucked.
That's so mad.
So avoid it. And there's times now where I have even now where things don't go to plan, and I have the moments like, fucking, do you know what? It's like, it's some bipolar shit, man. It's when you're running your own shit, it's fucking highs and lows to a level I can't even. I don't know. I told you feel them highs.
I told you the other day we were chatting. I think it was Insta or WhatsApp. I had to go speak to someone. I went through counselling.
Oh yeah.
I went through counselling for that shit.
Did you know that?
Fucked.
No.
It's fucked.
This is
Trust
the
me.
side of being self-employed and working for yourself that people who aren't don't.
The suicidal
realise.
rate in self-employment is crazy. Trust me. Like
Yeah, but did you have to speak to someone because of your work?
it was definitely
anxiety,
it was, yeah, but that's what it was a contribution.
Is it triggered by?
Yeah, well, we weren't. It was probably there before.
Yeah.
But I was able to like live through it because at the end of the day, I still got paid on the 28th every month.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But when shit's like down to you, do you get me? And your woman's pregnant and shit don't go right, like for a month or two in a row, like it's a different pressure.
I don't know.
Plus you gotta be. You can't be like speaking to clients and saying, "Oh yeah, I've had a shit day or a shit month or a shit." You gotta be on job all the time. It's a lot, but I still wake up every day and I do it because to me that is worse. That isn't as bad as going back to work for someone else. Like for me personally, that's it. So I don't know. There's other thing, you don't want to shit on people that do it.
No,
because I want a team. I want people to work for me, so I can't turn around and say, "Do you know what I mean? I can't
it's
be
shit
on the
working for someone."
I can't be on the internet saying, "No
That
shit,
makes sense.
everyone should be self-employed." And I'm like, "Do you want a job?" Like it don't work like that.
Do you know what the thing is? I do. Obviously, I do. It's not a 9 to 5 exactly, but pretty much a similar thing. And I've gone from. There's been times when I haven't done that because I've been working on other stuff. The thing is, there are times when I've really enjoyed it, like for a long time. And I think it's when you learn more and the more you develop. There's no reason that I don't feel like I could do something on my own. That's what is the most annoying thing. It's like I feel like I could do it.
Do you know why you wouldn't do it?
Or
No,
what
there's
are you
no
waiting?
reason. No, that's the thing.
What are you waiting for?
Stuff's work in progress.
To stack a
but-
mill?
Huh?
Are you waiting to like stack a mill so like it's just
No,
chill?
I think
I'll make a
everyone's
few
allowed
gums
to have
and
like a plan and what works best for them. I don't think the same blueprint works for everyone. Everyone's in different situations. But the most frustrating thing for me is I can never accept that I couldn't do it. If I see other people doing it, I'm like, there's no way that I couldn't do it if they can do it.
You draw inspiration from them.
Yeah, of
Which is
course.
a good
I see
thing.
people like you guys, for example, have been doing this, and I'm like, why would I not draw inspiration from? Yeah, it's not easy. I totally understand. Like,
did you? I don't know if I missed it, but why do you think you wouldn't do it? Like, what is there? Literally no reason. It's got to be. It's just because you don't want
what's
to.
the plan?
time
Like,
ain't right
yeah.
because you
no,
don't.
I think everyone has.
Or is it? Yeah.
Obviously, there's timing, and there's times when I've tried it, and then
What
I've
did you
had to
try?
go back.
What happened?
I just don't think the way I did it was the right way of doing it. And the thing is, I think inevitably everyone comes across things that didn't work out, and then you just have to learn from it and try again for it to work. But then other options came up, which I thought I'd try as well. I didn't want to rule myself out of things that I might enjoy doing.
What was the point that the conversation you had with yourself when you decided to go back to work? Like, that's the moment that kind of, for me.
That's when you made a decision, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like, boom, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah, some of it was financial, but then some of it was, this actually looks kind of interesting and I want to try it.
Fair enough.
As well.
I've had like people from my old company message me, offer me jobs, bruv. But imagine this, yeah. Imagine you broke as fuck. Yeah?
That's a sick position to be in, though, bro.
You're broke
to
as
know
fuck.
you can just...
Yeah, no, the industry, like, the motor industry is mad. You have men that have been there for like 30, 40 years, like consistent, can go anywhere.
Yeah.
And to think that I've gone and set up my own thing and it's actually got
It's
weight.
like that door's
Like,
automatically been opened.
If I can take my platform or the following I've got on Instagram and say to a company, yeah, I'm going to come work for you and this is what I got back in, they'll bite my hand off.
Yeah.
So I'm like, and the fact I've shown that, do you know what I mean? I'm willing to put enough graft in to work for myself. So I'm broke as fuck, building this thing, working my ass off. Sat in the gym and like my old gaffer's messaging me saying, "Oh yeah, what about this?"
Yeah.
And I know how much money's potentially on the table there, and I turned around and said no. Like that's what I'm trying to understand with you. Where's that? What's that conversation you had with yourself? Like I've sent screenshots to like my mate and been like, "Look at this shit." My business partner, I said to him, "Look what it just said to me." Like, and he's like, oh, "So what did you say? What did you say?" I was like, "I told him to fuck off, obviously." But people would not, like a lot of people would say you're crazy. Some people have actually said that, like, you're crazy. Why would you not go back? And
because they view it like you don't need the headache of what's happening with your team. You can just go and.
But everyone is different. I think you've got to.
That's what I'm trying to understand. Because I don't. Again,
not everyone's you or you. Do you see what I mean? In everyone's situation are different. What everyone wants to do is different. They might not want to do what you're doing.
And again, I'm not dissing because, like I said, I'm envious of the man that there's people out there, yeah, working in, like, you'll go to Tesco's, for instance, and you'll see the woman behind the till, and she's happy as fucking Larry. Yeah. She's happy going down to Skegness for the weekend, or for a week in the summer and living her life, and that's her best life. I am so envious of that, bro.
Because that's enough. Because
that's just beautiful.
Yeah,
like really, when you think about it,
in her head.
Because my thing is, when am I going to be satisfied?
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's your own.
When am I going to have that type of content?
It's your own level of what you want,
exactly,
which is individual to every person.
But one thing I will not put up with is the other person in Tesco's, and I'm there trying to buy my fucking my £3 meal deal, and you're there with attitude because you hate your job. Or fucking leave. Yeah. You wanna sell t-shirts on Shopify? Go and fucking do it. They're the people I'm talking.
So that comes down to the thing that everyone says, which is if you're unhappy, bounce. Yeah, that was me, bro. That has been my ethos. I remember I was 17 years old working at Ernest Jones selling Rolexes and diamonds. Yeah. And my manager pissed me off. Not a bad job for 17, just saying. And that's what I'm saying. No, I was 18, sorry. I've been a baller from early.
I weren't balling. Like we weren't that great, to be honest. Because the manager was a dick. And I remember one lunchtime, like I left River Island. It was down on the same strip in Watford, the Harlequin they called it at the time. Yeah. And I was at River Island. I left and went to Ernest Jones. Everyone I worked at River Island was like, "How the fuck did you get that job?"
Did you make that?
I'm literally selling rollies, bruv. Goldie Common Brook.
You went from Bournemouth FC to fucking Man City.
I'm saying Arsenal, bruv.
No disrespect to Bournemouth FC.
But seriously,
fuck Man City.
But yeah, like, and the woman was rude to me one lunchtime, and she was constantly getting at me. And I went in my car, bruv.
I'm done.
My little Fiat, bruv. I went in my Fiat Punto. I was sat there eating my lunch. I said, "No, fuck this. I'm gone." And I bounced.
You know, there was when you got them jobs when you're younger, Saturday. I remember when I used to be DJing like Friday nights. I used to go bus into I used to work for fucking Dixon's and then Voda. Yeah. And it's the same shit. Man's been out till 2, 3, like getting paid, running rhythm, whatever. I go in the morning and it's just like, I weren't happy, bruv. Let alone being tired. I just hated it. Hated dealing with people and being told like, yes, you can go take a piss now if you want. Yes, sir. Can I go toilet? Can I have my lunch, please, sir? Like, just let me fucking live. I thought this is bullshit. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. But back then, I remember them early days. I was saving money to buy equipment.
Okay.
Because it was a job that made me actually become a DJ. Because one of the guys I worked with was the resident locally
Okay.
at the local spot. And I was like, yo, I proper like this. Like, I listen to rap music all the time. Like, I want to DJ. And it weren't like now, where everyone wants to DJ.
Yeah.
No one knew what the fuck it was.
You had to buy 12 10s and that.
Yeah,
Fucking
so
cost you
my
dough.
boy Soups was like, yeah, like you can roll with me like to the club. I was underage, bro.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, he's like, just roll.
Good.
It's like, cool. Gone to the club a couple of times. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do this. So I had to save. And back then you could obviously get Technics, which were the industry standard like.
Yeah. Would you get
decks or
new marks
whatever.
or something?
No, not even. I saved to get the equivalent at the time, which was like a set of like Vestech, like turntables.
Yeah, I remember that.
And they were costing the same money, but they weren't in the. Everyone was still fucking with Technics. But I wanted these other things. Anyway, long and short, I had to save a bag. Age 17. I'm Indian. I've come home, saved a bag, told my dad, I'm buying some decks. You're buying what? Decks, what are they? He said, no, you're not. You know, back then you got to run everything by the phone. I had to run everything by my mum and dad. Like,
serious?
What are you spending your money on? If sometimes I'll be going out buying computer games, I won't tell no one.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you earn that money. You just come home and
I
explain
used to
what
play
you
computers.
bought.
No, I used
Is
to
that a
play-
real thing? Because I always, amount of customers
Because
I get
they've
coming
got-
to me saying, all right, I'll come back, I'll speak to my parents. What the fuck you speaking to? You're like,
It was
bruv,
real.
You got to sign a contract.
Bro,
Bro, I didn't
the
know that.
paycheck
It's a
was
real
coming in. I
thing.
told my dad straight, I was like, I've saved £1,000. But listen to the fuckery. I've saved £1,000 to buy decks. He's like, obviously I had the whole what's decks fucking conversation. Not happy. I said, yeah, there's a bit of a problem, Dad. Like, I still need a mixer. So how much is a mixer? I go, £500. Fuming. He's fucking fuming. Like, gave me the money. He's like, cool, I'm gonna give you the £500.
He's a real G. Your dad's a real G.
Real as shit.
He's a real
£1,500
G.
I spent on the equipment. Back then, I'm in my room, set up there, I'm starting buying vinyl, all of that stuff. I'm going off topic, that's the story. But like, the point was, that opened a door to go to the club with a guy who was working at my Saturday job. From there, like, everything started. I was in the clubs regular, started to learn how to DJ. They put me on slowly. From there, became a resident.
Now you're where you are now.
And then obviously, after a little while... Like,
You know what's
job,
mad? People don't look at that. All people
don't
see,
even know that.
all people see is you on Insta with gigs. That's all people see, bruv. That's what they think. There's someone, I swear to you, there's someone sitting there or look at your
Thinking, how the
Instagram.
fuck?
No, they won't even think that. They'll be like, I can fucking
Or what?
promote gigs.
Yeah.
They'll be hitting gigs in the DM now. How much you book you? And
Yeah.
I want to do what he. They don't see the fact that at 17 years old, you was going to raves illegally and getting told off by your dad and putting your whole fucking.
You know, they could have shot that out. They could have said, yo,
Bruv,
you
you're
can't buy them.
You're putting
And
your
I
whole.
probably wouldn't have been able to, like...
You're putting your whole shit on the line, bruv. I was thinking on the way here, because I knew what, obviously we were going to discuss this. I was
we
thinking on
had
the way here, when did I start? Bruv, I used to walk to work. When I first started the motor trade, I was selling cars on the phone for £10 a car, which is, anyone that works in the motor trade knows that's fuck all. I used to walk to work in a pissing rain because the bus route in Birmingham was just shit to get to where I was going, yeah. And I didn't stop. Imagine I just said one day, the same, I lived by the train station that could have got me into central Birmingham and got me a job working in the bank and all the rest of it. I had all this sales experience, but for some reason I didn't quit that job. And I'm now doing what I'm doing now. But if I turn around and said,
But you know the backstory, like, people tell their stories and stuff like that, but I think at the end of the day, like, your story can only fuel you, innit?
Yeah.
Because people can only... It's great giving someone a story, but everyone's got a story of something. How much does that really impact?
No, I think
it gives people a perspective, but that's
I
it.
think it's important to know, like...
But it's for your own. I know, innit? I know what it's taken.
I don't
to
brag
be
about
able
it.
to
I don't brag
do
about
anything.
it. I don't brag about it because it's only today that I realized where it started. Like, I thought to myself, literally on the way here, like, shit, I was living in a dead place with my missus and my kid, walking to work, and for some reason I just kept on going. Like, something just wouldn't let me quit that job.
man.
And then it just patterned. I went, then, like, literally 6 months later, I was working in a dealership, making the most money in my life. And everything has changed since then. Like, just went on from there, yeah. But I could have quit. I could have said, no, fuck this.
But I think from the other side, just what you were saying as well, actually it does help to see that not everyone just is there from 0 to 100. That there
Trust
is
me.
like a middle to it.
Trust me.
Because
And that's the story that's important to tell.
Yeah. Because, like, you know how you mentioned some people will just see Firestarr with
The
like
end.
gigs,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that's what they want to do. They just want to get to that.
Yeah.
Now, it's important to understand that that's not how it works. Really, that's just going to fail because you're not going to be able to get there straight away. But if that doesn't work out, you need to know that there's more steps in between
Bro.
rather than just quit and give up.
This morning I was on my fanboy shit, innit? You see Gets was on the breakfast
Yeah,
TV?
I've seen all that, man.
That blows
see it.
my
It's
fucking
sick,
mind,
innit?
bro.
What was it?
So sick. He's on BBC.
I don't even know which one it was, 'cause I don't watch that shit.
There's been bare different.
He was on the news one
clips.
day.
He's talking about. He was on one talking about
His
Game
song,
of Thrones. He was
Oh,
giving
yeah,
a video.
yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
I don't know if he's been on BBC like a week or something, bro. Like,
I think that was like Channel. I don't even know, but he was on the news one day. And this
he was on
morning,
ITV. Sorry, and he's on BBC. I don't know. What,
Yeah.
I didn't check the sound on the BBC
I was on.
thing yet.
I was
this
on the
morning.
I was on Insta and he's like on BBC Breakfast or something. Like,
Breakfast. Yeah.
brother, that fucking blows my. And he said himself that he almost quit before making one take.
I know.
Bro.
Yeah.
Bro, that to me that just said. But people will look at that
And
don't
the new
know.
tour.
People that look at that or don't know, they'll go in the studio today and expect to be doing another tour in December because Gets is doing it. Or Giggs' story. Man couldn't go, he couldn't perform anywhere.
Yeah, man.
And now look at him, he's gone clear. Like everyone's got a story, but I think it's important, like people like yourself and what I'm trying to do with my vlogging and shit, with you bullying me on camera and that.
Just keep going.
You've
Keep
got
bullying.
not even that. Yeah, you just got to tell people your shit, man, because there'll be someone there that's inspired. And I think if you genuinely want to try and do something, you got to sacrifice. Like you were saying, Resh, people got to be able to do that sacrifice thing. Or you're never going to make it. Or it's always going to be not enough money,
it's always
or
gonna
another
be a dream.
holiday,
It's always
or
gonna be,
another
"I
pair of
wish I'd done
trainers.
it," or like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the worst thing, bro. Imagine you being this age now and thinking, what if I brought them decks? Imagine your dad never gave you that £500 and you never
Put a mix in,
and he
yeah.
said, fuck off, you're not buying them, you're doing this instead.
I think that's more of a killer than actually trying something and it working or not working or
Resh,
going either way.
I've done both. 100%. It's a fuck. I used to DJ back in the day, and I see you doing your thing now. I'm like, fuck, man. Why did I? But then I'm like, you know what? Everything's for a reason, innit? And that's why
You
what I'm
can't be a
doing
jack of
now.
all trades, G.
What?
Yeah.
But I
No,
could
you probably can't.
But I could have been better than you on the decks. I was joking. But
I used
I'm
to-
saying right now that thing there, seeing where someone like yourself's gone to. Bro, I used to be on radio on Freeze FM. I remember the last time I went to Freeze FM, Mum's Life. I'm not making this shit up. Last time I went to Freeze FM, Chucky was playing just before me.
Yeah.
And then I went and played with my guy Stam. And now obviously Chucky's fucking killing it.
Yeah.
But I thought, fuck it, I'm gonna go and get a 9 to 5. And he's stuck at it. Do you see what I'm saying? It's shit like
That's
that
where
that
his
makes,
heart is, and that's what he knows.
and that
that's the
shit
same-
like that, I
the
look
same
at it and
thing.
I'd be like, nah. Because no one really knows. I know where he started. I know the journey and all the rest of it, but no one really knows that. And that's where I look at it and I'll be like, nah, if I quit, there's going to be a man that I'm working alongside or he's doing something similar to me now that I'm seeing. There'll be a fucking millionaire in 10 years' time. I'm going to be working in some shit job thinking, what if? And like you said, Resh, that's the worst.
Yeah.
That'll kill people, man.
But yeah, just you got to jump in. You know, if you want to do it, you got to jump in
You have to.
by any means necessary.
I think everyone has some thing that they're passionate about, and if that's what they want to do, then they should at least try it. Like I'm here saying, you know what, honestly, some things don't work. That's just it. I know how you were saying about how didn't it, if you quit, that's when it didn't work. But I think you have to things don't always go to plan, but you still have to keep going anyway. And I think, that's the biggest fear, I think, for a lot of people. You quit something that's bringing you regular income that's really good to do something that there's a chance it might not, and that's scary. But I think you have to give it.
You can't focus on the income.
No, but I think
But
forgetting that circumstances are different for everyone, innit? Some people literally are gonna be fucked if they don't get
The reason why I say that,
paid.
all right, let me put more context on it. Yeah, people say you're gonna do this, and they want to make £1 million. I've got £1 million idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, really think about it. How many people do you know in your life, yeah, that make 100 grand a year?
But I don't think that's necessarily what you're saying. What I'm trying to say is you have, say, mortgage to pay, bills to pay. You need to make enough to cover that. No?
Okay, cool. And this is where I sound crazy, yeah. But you have a mortgage to pay. All right, safe. Sell your fucking house. If you're really serious.
Then
about it.
then you got rent to pay.
Okay, well, where you renting? What? There's. I can sit here.
yeah.
There's
There's
no.
a flip for
There's
everything.
there's always an alternative. And people, this is what I'm saying. Like people want to live do you want a life for you for now, or do you want a life for your future? You see what I'm saying? Like there's so many people. Like imagine. Go back to Gets. Imagine Gets said, "Nah, fuck it, I want to buy a yard." We wouldn't be getting Ghetto Gospel too. We wouldn't be getting that.
We wouldn't be on the
Fact.
tours.
You wouldn't be on the tour. We wouldn't be getting these shows. We wouldn't be seeing all this shit. Why? Because he couldn't be seen as being the guy that didn't have that house. and then, bruv, 5 years time, can you imagine what his fucking yard's gonna look like?
Exactly.
But he wanted to get a free bed in fucking Plasto. It don't make sense. Like that's I'm the wrong guy to have that conversation with, innit? If you tell me about mortgage, like I've never had a mortgage in my life. My ambition is to buy my house cash, bruv. I'm looking to slap a briefcase on an estate agent's table. That's one of my biggest ambitions.
That's fair enough, and I get that's I can see why you are where you are as well, because you clearly are passionate in the way you think. It does make sense. I'm just saying not everyone's like that.
It's not going to translate to everyone.
Yeah.
But then,
Even me, I need times when you come to me and say, what about, you know what I mean? Just that extra fuel in the passion, because sometimes like the fucking lows just get you, man.
And it's not this one.
Keep going.
To agree with what you're saying,
man,
it's not
like,
it's not reasons, they're excuses. Like if you're saying to me, oh yeah, your parents are ill and you need to look after them full time.
That's a different.
That's a reason.
That's a different scenario.
But don't tell me because you got car payments. Sell your fucking car.
Yeah.
You got mortgage. Sell your fucking yard. Get a 1-bed flat. Do you know what I mean? If a man's got a missus and a kid, go and get a 1-bed flat, and all of you lot crash down in the flat. If she's real, she'll ride with you, and if she's not, you got one less mouth to feed, bro.
You need to cut
know
that.
what I mean? You just divided your expenses and seen that she was a dick.
Have you always been this savage, bro? Is it just like?
I told you, my son. No, 100%. My son changed me, bro.
Yeah.
When because I'm the only parent in the room, innit?
Yeah, 100.
When you have a child, and I've got 2 of them now, doubled up, and when they look at you, you got to think like one day, like my brother-in-law said the realest shit to me. His daughter's, my niece, is 12, and he said one day she's gonna ask me to get married, bro. That shit's expensive, and I was like, fuck. I'm her uncle, so I might have to put down as well, bro. That shit's real. You can't escape that. You can escape not going on holiday with a man, them, or you might not buy that 200 grand house. You might buy a 150 grand house. But when your kids come and ask you for shit like food, you have to be able to put down for them, or they want to go uni or whatever. What are you gonna do? Put them in the same shit that fucking student finance bullshit. My son ain't going through that shit. If he wants to go uni, he ain't taking out no.
We had it a lot easier them times as well, you know.
Exactly.
Compared to now.
Exactly, and it's gonna get
worse.
worse.
Open like 8 bank accounts and get a 2K interest free fucking whatever for however long. Now
and imagine what it's gonna be like in 10 years' time, bro. That's what people ain't really thinking about when it comes to longevity. Don't fuck today, man.
There's nothing I can say. I'm
sorry. I don't.
No, that's fine.
I don't want to feel like I'm just like.
No, but I'm not.
No, it's important.
Anything you're saying, I think everything you're saying.
The story's
makes
important.
sense. Yeah.
We need to talk about it.
Exactly.
I would piss you off. I think I tweeted the other day, innit, like about seeing stuff. It pisses me off when I see this guy. Yeah,
he says it. People say it to you, and you say it to me, and then when you say it to me, I think fucking yeah. And the same way was what you tweeted.
When I see stuff in people, I will go at them. Like I know there's people that avoid talking to me.
What was the exact tweet? It was something about
it messes. It's something basically that it messes
when
with
you
me
see people
when I see something, the potential in somebody that they don't see in themselves.
Yeah.
And vice versa, because but I will tell you, just keep going.
Yeah.
Like I will be passionate, and it might even come across aggressive. But I'm just trying to.
But
show
you know that's the chain. That's the key.
If you said to me, Resh, I want to try selling lip gloss, for instance. Yeah. You've designed this new lip gloss. Like, you laughing at that?
Yeah, but
I would
genuinely. I'm laughing
genuinely
at the fact they just picked lip gloss.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
That's what I'm laughing.
But that's mad though, because you think about it. Like, how much did you pay? I was going to ask if that was yours. It's clearly not his. How much? How much did you pay for that lip gloss?
I don't know, £5-6.
That's what I'm saying. There's someone making £5-6. What the fuck is that, bruv? £6 a pop, bruv. You go to Superdrug, how many of them they're gonna be in there? There's millionairesses off that shit. I'm gonna push you and say, look, Resh, you can do it.
No, but you see,
there's nothing you can tell me.
Not just that she can make the product. Like we're talking about, if you can see that this person can deliver it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Market it, put it together. She's the face of it. Red.
Yeah.
You got it in you. Like just you got to see it.
Exactly. I tend not to be around. I tend not to be around people that I don't like. I wouldn't even say that. I wouldn't even get into a conversation.
Yeah.
With you. The fact I'm saying to you, like, all right, what do you want to do? It means I see something in you.
Yeah,
and I'm going to piss you off and I'm going to be on you until you do it.
You wouldn't piss me off because I wouldn't, disagree with what you're saying.
It'd piss me
I'll probably piss you off. I'll be honest. Like,
you probably would,
eventually,
but I would disagree with what you're saying. I don't really get pissed off that easily.
No, because you'll say to me, you're doing it. And then next week I'll say, oh, how's that going? And you'll tell me, like, right, I'll be like, you're not serious.
Yeah, that's true.
I am really like that. I'm like, Why the fuck ain't you tried
No,
this?
that is
Why ain't you
completely
done
fair
that
enough. But I wouldn't disagree with you. And also, it's kind of like I'm quite a private person. I don't want to put everything out there. But what you're saying, like, I'm not disagreeing with anything you're saying.
I get what you're saying.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
And if you said that, that would be like, that's fair enough. If I've not done fuck all, then yeah.
But
What am I doing?
The whole thing about you being a private person, I'm the type of person that's going to keep drilling at you till you tell me why the fuck you done it.
You want to get down to the fucking...
I want everyone, I genuinely want everyone I know to win.
Yeah,
like,
of course.
Yeah, no, I think everyone should. There's no reason why you wouldn't want someone. Do you know what I mean? That's just a really negative outlook. But there's a lot of people doing stuff, I think, that not everyone knows about. But in terms of seeing potential, I completely see where you're coming from. I get really annoyed when I know people that they're not passionate. They say they're not passionate about anything. And you know that they're capable of more than what they're doing right now.
100%.
Some people are just content.
If you're on it, if you want to do something, just do it. That's my message, isn't it? Like, the internet's mad, bro. The Gary V gave, I was watching this thing on the way here. He gave someone $1,000, yeah, to book a flight to LA to go and be like a videographer.
Yeah.
And he just sent them the PayPal money. The guy just rang up randomly on this Ask Gary Vee thing. He changed the man's life.
Oh, for real?
Because the guy was, the internet is fucking crazy. Gary Vee just changed the man's life. And he's getting job offers driving to the airport with £1,000 that Gary Vee just gave him. He said before that phone call, he was just some bum living at his mum's house. And a 10-minute phone call changed his life. The internet is mad, bro. The internet is mad. We live in a day and age, yeah. You can do anything.
Yeah.
There's nothing. That's why no one can't tell me. It's
just
not gonna
go
work.
hard and something will come. Something will come.
Anything you can sell anything, like. But yeah, man.